the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce. We all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
When people are fed, futures are nourished. They can connect with the world around them, unlock endless possibilities, and thrive. Join the movement to end hunger. Volunteer. Advocate. Donate. Go to feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Good evening and welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 10. Have you stayed dry today? Well, for 50% of the state, they can definitely say they did. But what we're tracking here at the Room to Room Weather Center is what's left of those rain chances and what's to come for that weekend forecast. Again, it should be a beautiful weekend, but again, we'll be walking through all of that here at the Room to Room Weather Center. So things are drying up, a scene that's going to be set for not just tonight, but also for our weekend ahead. And July was hot. August is starting cooler, and we'll take that. And we'll talk more about those temperatures coming up very soon. And of course, back to school, you guys submitted several of your pictures. Couldn't get all of them in the forecast, otherwise we'd be here for the next probably 5 hours walking through that. But we picked out a couple, and honestly, if you guys do have any more pictures, you can head to my Facebook page, Meteorologist Gabe Maynor, or upload them through the app. Submit your pictures, and we'll, if there's enough of them, put another one in the broadcast for your Saturday evening at 6. Yeah, can't have too many back to school pictures. I've been loving seeing you guys head back to school, all the new fits, all the locations, honestly. I mean, covering the entire area of North Mississippi. So again, walking through all of that coming up here in just a couple minutes. 73 degrees, magic number, right? Because it's been so much cooler. So the fact we're getting 73 at 10 p.m., if you'd have told me this 3 days ago, I would have said that you were lying, and I forecasted this. So just to give you a perspective of how abnormal that is this time of year, Kosciuszko coming in with much drier conditions. A lot of those rain chances pushed further towards the south and east, so it's going to be much more comfortable heading into our night. You can see a little bit of the extent of that sky cover there on the North Mississippi Storm Chaser camera in Oxford. 75 degrees, so all across North Mississippi, those cooler temperatures being in full force. No one's going to be excluded from that, and that blanketed cloud cover, it's going to limit how much we cool, but still with the below average temperatures, we're talking low 70s, not complaining one bit. Adenton, 73 degrees as well. A rainy scene earlier this evening, now more of a calmer scene. And that's what we say when things are drying up. This is what we're talking about. Let's go back over this last 6 hours or so to go over, look at how active it was. A few of those storms coming in with some heftier conditions, even where Matt was there in Water Valley at the Watermelon Carnival. Now, all that rainfall pushed off towards our south. Let's jump to that now and see where the extent of the moisture is. You can see Yazoo City, Vicksburg, getting the extent, and I think we'll have to change radar site right here. So let's go down to Jackson. Let's go to the preset mode, and you can see, definitely some heavy downpours out there towards Vicksburg, Yazoo City, but overall, you get up into North Mississippi, not even tracking any showers towards Kosciuszko, Macon, Louisville. That's the most southern that we can be down here, but even that's coming in pretty dry. So let's jump back over to Columbus and go to precip, and then we can also talk about the latest on SPC, because I know we were under that day one risk, and as you can see, still seeing a few of those isolated showers. They could be on the heftier side, but this is a bit of a stretch of the imagination. Beyond that daytime heating threshold, a lot of these don't get too long-lived, or especially not impactful enough to be a severe storm. So I really don't see any severe weather in that extended forecast. It's going to be a much calmer night and a much better night. We can definitely say that. Compared to what we saw this afternoon. Some of those rain rates, and this is what we'll have to track more here coming up in just a minute, but some of those rain rates came in with about 4 to 5 inches in some locations. So the folks that got rainfall, I feel like it's such a great way to say it. When it rains, it pours. That's the saying, right? Well, where it rained, it poured, and that's how we can track those showers. But into those overnight hours, yes, there are a few isolated chances of showers in that forecast, but that's a bit of a stretch. That's pushing further towards our south. So like I said, drier forecast in place for tonight into tomorrow morning, 72 by 5. So if you're like the Maynor household and heading off to a volleyball exhibition, woo, go Blue Devils, then we are going to enjoy those temperatures. But 75 by 8, not too shabby either, and 83 by 11. It's just a forecast you can only dream of. That stationary front keeping a lot of the moisture further to our south. And the reason why there's still a few rain chances is because this stationary front has teetered just a bit, so we could see a little bit of that moisture transition more in towards the Chula area, back towards just the northern extent of North Mississippi, or should I say North Mississippi altogether. So 10:04, that's what we're tracking, is a lot of those rain chances going to be sticking right along that front. So if you're anywhere north of that, you're staying pretty much on the drier side. So again, there's a look at those isolated chances. That's just a bit of a stretch. And this seems like it was a little bit lagging behind from where it was earlier, because that was where the showers were tracking at about 7, 8 o'clock. So not going to be at 3 a.m. It's going to be a much drier forecast for our Saturday morning. So if you're looking to get up and around, get an early start, you'll definitely have great conditions to do so. Partly cloudy skies across the area, but you can see the further north you go, the drier it is. That northern wind circulating in a lot of that cooler, drier northern air, that continental air that we so love this time of year. By 9 a.m., a lot of those showers, again, sticking along that frontal boundary, so back towards Texarkana, Shreveport, and Alexandria, getting a few of those. I do want to say that it does try to get a little bit more north towards Atlanta and Birmingham, and that Birmingham wraparound of moisture, that's where we could get some of those showers trickling into northwest Alabama for the early afternoon. Seeing that right there, and what this is telling me is that further aloft in the atmosphere, I mean, you're going way far up, that front is a little bit more towards the north. So it's bumping up those chances towards the northwest side of Alabama. And that means that Marion, Franklin, Lamar, Pickens, down towards Tuscaloosa County, definitely have a chance at seeing a few of those isolated pop-up showers. North Mississippi, definitely the fortunate ones in this graphic, just because we are getting that drier air and we're not going to see the chance of rainfall too much in that extended forecast. So the next 24, what we'll be tracking is a drier forecast. 10 to 20% coverage is what we have for the next 24. So considering that, and we have the cooler temperatures, that's a forecast you can only dream of. I'm going to say it over and over again because I still feel like I'm dreaming. But what we'll be tracking here in the next 60 is, of course, an update on the Watermelon Carnival. Matt giving us an update on that and how his experience went. I know it was such a fun time, and I think that we stayed on the mostly dry side for that forecast, unless you were anywhere else in Yalobusha County. It's almost like, God knew folks were at the carnival and they needed the dry weather. So prayers worked, guys. Great job. But what we'll also be tracking here in the next 60 is the temperature forecast, and can't forget the back to school pictures. We'll be including a few of those. Was your kid up there? Well, I tried to pick as many as I could from all around the area. We'll be We'll be looking at all that and more coming up here in the next 60.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. We knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Laupon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Laupon has proven himself trustworthy.
Hey there, Chief Meteorologist Matt Laupon here from Water Valley. Well, I guess I found a way that we could get video back more effectively there. Not man in a suit like this.
Wait, you're the weatherman, right?
Yeah, you doing all right?
Yes, I know you, man.
Good. Hey, have fun. So yeah, a lot of folks out here in Water Valley this evening continuing to support folks at the Watermelon Carnival. Of course, a lot of different vendors here from around the region going on again for tomorrow. So if you missed the opportunity to come out and enjoy some of the fun, there's a lot of people here. Not a lot of internet, but there's some wireless folks there that are helping out to make sure there is some Wi-Fi to help you down here in the main park in town. They have music going on from the stage. We've had it all evening tonight and have it again as we go tomorrow. So just a lot of fun, assuming we can keep it dry. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, y'all have a good night. So anyway, hopefully y'all can make the time to come out here to Water Valley. It's easily the biggest festival that they have over the course of the year. From the Water Valley Watermelon Carnival, I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Laupon. Hey there. Doing a lot of selfies for Mississippi Live Weather.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynard.
I love how the group behind him just steadily grew over that minute and a half. So it was just cracking me up the whole time seeing everyone wave in the background. It was such a fun community, and Matt and I were talking afterwards, and he said the community is just everything in this scenario. I mean, just what you guys do for us, it's not, us doing anything for you. You guys are the reason for all of this. So we thank you so much that you've even provided this opportunity to where Mississippi Live Weather could happen, and of course, just pouring into us in this entirely new adventure. What is it now? Almost a month going on it. So we thank you guys again for everything that you've done. Let's go ahead and get into the forecast. And what we were talking about earlier was how rainy of an afternoon it was. Someone said in the chat, 4 to 5 inches, that's insane. You're exactly right, especially over such a short time frame. So this is a look right now. A lot of that moisture out there towards Yazoo City, maybe reaching as far north as Chula, but that just seems like a little bit of a stretch because a lot of that just becomes elevated. It's not nearly as significant when it comes to those rainfall totals. But I know it says on the top of your screen over the past 12 hours. It's really over a 2 to 3, maybe 4 hour time frame where we got this amount of moisture. I want you to pay attention to the bar at the top of your screen. Those yellows and reds that are showing up. Yellow is 2+ inches. So whenever we get to orange and red, that's 4 or more inches. And I see several areas coming in with red there towards Webster County, even back there along I-55 south of Winona. So several areas where those showers did pop up got significant rainfall. A flash flood warning was in effect for Webster, and I believe Choctaw and Montgomery County just a bit for about an hour time frame. I'm not hearing anything significant that came from there in regards to any flood threats, but it was just because, the amount of moisture we saw, a 4 to 5 inches of rainfall over a 2 to 3 hour time frame. That's all you need to really do some damage. So fortunately, no damage has occurred so far, and I think that we're going to be in a much calmer position overnight. Looking at those high temperatures today, this is a sight to see. 77 Holly Springs. I don't know if that's accurate, but it's close, and that's what matters because we're talking about low to mid 80s across the region. 85 New Albany, Boonville, 89 Tupelo. The rest of us down south still reached about 90 degrees, but those showers definitely helped limit a lot of that daytime heating. So right now, with that rain cold air, those areas that we're getting those showers all day, only in 75 Eupora, 73 Starkville and Louisville, 77 over and around Tupelo, 75 Boonville and Corinth. So it's going to be a warmer, I'm using warmer relatively because this is so much cooler than what we have had the past couple of days, but still warmer out there in the Mississippi Delta. That's per usual, but the entire state of North Mississippi, or the entire state of Mississippi, just enjoying those cooler conditions. Looking towards tomorrow morning, low 70s for the start of the day, climbing as the day goes on, but not climbing by much, only going to be in the upper 80s by the afternoon. And you see 20% right there. We'll talk about that here in just a moment, but those chances are very limited. Futurecast showing you basically that this is, again, not happening. I want to point that out. We're not going to get more showers overnight. A lot of that moisture pushed further towards the south, and this was a little bit late on our Futurecast runs just because this was showing up at about 8, 9 o'clock. The fact that it's showing up at 2 a.m. shows you that, it's not going to be happening. So a lot of that moisture further towards the south, further along that stationary front. By the time we get towards tomorrow morning, dry across North Mississippi. Perfect for any early morning activities. If you have a volleyball exhibition, I'm going to keep mentioning it because we got to be up bright and early. But low temperatures tomorrow morning are going to be amazing. Just walk out the door early tomorrow morning and breathe in that breath of fresh air. 69 Boonville, 68 Corinth and Iuka, and towards Red Bay. 69 as far southeast as Hamilton there in Marion County. But everywhere else, low 70s. And just the fact we're getting this many yellows, those yellow colors in the background, that's just such a great sight to see, not the oranges and the reds. So into the late morning, we will continue to see those isolated showers pop up more towards Alabama. But a bit of that moisture, I'm just going to go ahead and stand over here. A lot of that moisture does try and wrap around. So this is 10:30 on your Saturday morning, and you see those showers already popping up there along the Tennessee state line and really towards Coleman and Gardendale and down there towards Warrior. Now, a lot of that does try to wrap around just a bit into our northwest Alabama counties. So this is looking at about 3 p.m., and you can see some of those reds that are popping up towards Birmingham. Not expecting to get those, but towards that late afternoon, early evening time frame, a few of these brief heavy downpours definitely possible, but we're really not expecting anything significant. Definitely not 4 or 5 inches for anyone here in our viewing area. So high temperatures, mid to upper 90s, mid to upper 80s. Whoa, I'm so used to saying 90s. It's mid to upper 80s with low 90s out there around Greenwood and Greenville. It is a picture perfect forecast, and heat indices follow that same trend. Whenever you get that wind blowing in from the north, it's just such a drier component that blows in because it's that continental air. We don't have moisture from Tennessee. We don't have moisture from Kentucky. So when that blows in, it's not going to produce anything like the Gulf could do. So that's why northern wind, southern wind, there's a difference between the two. And those definitely matter this time of year for our forecast. And we'll take that northern wind however long you want to stick around for. Into our Saturday evening, still watching that wraparound of moisture there towards northwest Alabama. But you can see, I mean, we're not surpassing that Alabama state line. So we're staying dry in North Mississippi, dry into our Sunday morning commute to church or whatever morning activities you have planned. If you want to go get an early morning cup of coffee, great forecast to do so. Noontime, those showers populating a bit more along the Alabama state line, but the entire extent of North Mississippi, you can see on your screen right here, dry, cloudy, but dry. And into the afternoon, those clouds become a bit thinner and we'll be getting a bit more of that sunshine, warming us up just a bit. I mean, Sunday is a perfect day to head to the park, get a walk in, take the dogs, they'll enjoy it, and their paws won't be hurting as much because it's not going to be 120 on the concrete, so that's not going to be too bad. 6 p.m. Sunday, I mean, we're still going to see a lot of those showers primarily towards Alabama. Even those, when they try to build up in strength and produce some brief heavy downpours and even a few strikes of lightning, once they cross the state line, it's almost like this sector they can't cross, the line you shall not pass, and that's in place for the Alabama state line. Perfect representation of that. So Monday morning, starting off dry, perfect start to the school week, right, teachers? Well, it will be this week. High temperatures, upper 80s with low 90s still popping up for your Sunday afternoon, and heat indices only going to be 91 Houston and Bruce, 88 New Albany, 86 Booneville, Holly Springs, Oxford. Again, that good forecast, it's not going anywhere heading into the next couple of days. And I just wanted to put this on screen because we've been seeing a lot of oranges and purples pop up. These are a look at the current alerts for our heat alerts, and you might see that there's nothing on the screen. Well, let's expand it out more. Nothing on our screen. Just snap a picture of that. Soak it in. It's been a while. It's been a while. Let's keep it this way, right? So let's go ahead and get into that, those high temperatures. And that's the thing. I mean, with these heat alerts being dropped, the reason why is because it's 88 degrees Saturday, 89 Sunday. Not even going to have those heat alerts for our Monday or for our Tuesday. Probably not for our Wednesday, depending on how much of that moisture moves in place. But by Thursday, Friday, that heat does try to build back into 94 by Friday. So we can't be this perfect forever. The weather's always changing here in North Mississippi, but this weekend, 88 for Saturday and 89 for Sunday with, you know, a decent wind, but it's really going to be those much cooler temperatures and a mostly dry forecast that we get to enjoy. So enjoy it, soak it in, get outside and take advantage of that forecast. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's where we get a few of those pop-up scattered showers in place, even a few thunderstorms embedded within that. But that's our peak coverage that we get into, and that's the reason why our temperatures are still so low. Whenever you get that moisture pushing in place, well, then it's going to bring some of that rain-cooled air. So it's not too bad of a forecast whatsoever for the next 4 days. But let's go ahead and get into our back-to-school pictures. And I'm going to start, yes, my heavily bias towards Miss Maynor. I'm definitely going to show that here. This was her first day heading over to Booneville. Booneville actually started on Thursday. So we've enjoyed 2 days of school at the Maynor household, and Miss Maynor is ready to take a nap. So you can see right there, Booneville, and we also have representing Iuka, Brantley there. Iuka Elementary School, his first day, and he is ready for the school year, right, Brantley? And also, we got a picture from Hutch going into first grade. This is my nephew, Annalise and I's nephew, and so he's starting his first day, and he looking good, Hutch. You're looking good. Let's also jump over to South Pontotoc. Swayze showing that is her first day of, I believe, first grade. I put so many of these in that I kind of forgot who was in what grade. And Swayze, I assume you guys are Ole Miss fans by that name because Swayze Field, it makes sense. So my wife will be happy about that one. Well, hey, let's bring in the furry friends. They are going to be starting their first day as well. This is Nico in Booneville. This is actually a teacher friend of my wife. So Nico, shout out, 7th grade pet. So definitely students enjoying him over there in Booneville. Lawndale, this was Seth. And my favorite thing about back to school, and I don't know if anyone else did this, I would always get a new pair of shoes because I always just loved getting a new pair of shoes on that first day. And it looks like that Seth did that same thing. Seth, those shoes look good. You're looking good for the school year. So go ahead and rock out. Susan in Louisville, hey, we got to bring everyone in because it's everyone's first day of school. This was her first day of the 10th year of bus driving. So down in Louisville, looks like it's going to be a fun bus ride. And my wife, I'm talking about my wife a lot, and I'm proud of that. She got her CDL this year, so you might see her on the road there, Susan. So make sure to wave. I don't know if bus drivers, have a special call to each other. Addison and Eden in Saltillo, great shot there. I believe that your mom called you guys Double Trouble and Double Trouble's big brother. over there in Guntown Middle. So a great family over there, and I hope you guys had a fantastic first day of school. Oh wait, this one didn't line up. Dang, I am going to have to fix this for, you know what, I'm just going to get off screen because I can. Let's adjust this here real quick. This was Lucas and Haley in Boonville. You can see they are ready for the year. I believe they are going into high school. So great shot to them, and going to be great Blue Devils this year. So thank you again for submitting those pictures. Can't forget East Union either. My mother-in-law started her first day. Trinity and Tristan, you are going to have a great career coach here in a couple of years. But it's never too early to get your career started, right? Right, Miss Holly? But great shots there. Thank you guys so much for sending those in. We appreciate you guys so much just for, letting us be a part of your life and letting us see those first day of school pictures. And we hope that it was a fantastic first day of school or second day of school for some. Or I saw someone that said they're not back till August 5th. So happy last days of summer. Whatever you want to call it. It's the start of August, and we are enjoying a fantastic forecast. Make sure to get outside and enjoy this forecast while we have it. Get a quick nap in. I know today was hard. Today was something you got to get used to, but we are going to be enjoying great conditions this weekend, rare conditions this time of year. We'll be back here tomorrow night at 6 and 10 on Mississippi Live Weather, walking through the latest on those rain chances, where they'll pop up, and how significant of rainfall we can expect for that start of the week. We'll be walking through that every step of the way. We hope you have a fantastic weekend and, of course, a fantastic night here in North Mississippi. We'll see you back here at 6 on Mississippi Live Weather. And how could I forget? I forget every time. It's a tradition at this point. The Mississippi Live Weather app. Do you have it? Well, why not? Well, the reason why you don't is because you have not scanned this QR code on your screen. Go ahead and scan that on iOS and Android today. Download the app for free, and it'll update you on Live Radar, Futurecast. If you want a 7-day, if you want a hourly, whatever you want, it's right at the palm of your hands. I always want to say something different there. I do want to say also that you can submit your pictures like, Trinity and Tristan did tonight, and all of our first day of school, back to school pictures. They were all submitted, and you can do that on the app. On the sidebar, you click that little hamburger in the top left, and it'll say submit your pictures, put your name, where you're sending it from, the time you're sending it from, and whether it's weather or lifestyle or whatever you guys want to do. Submit those pictures. We love seeing them. I definitely love getting to include them in the show to show off what you guys are doing. Our eyes in the skies. You guys are a part of our team, and we thank you so much for everything that you do. We'll see you back here tomorrow evening at 6. Have a great time until then.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.